My dearest Daniel, if you are reading this, it means I'm no longer around to explain the things I should have said face to face. I'm sorry for that. I've never been good with words, not the kind that heal, anyway. You probably remember me as the man who shouted more than he listened, who hid behind silence instead of love. But before I go, I need you to know that I loved you. Even on the days it didn't look like it. Even when I walked away from you and your mother, thinking I was doing what was best. I loved you so much that it scared me. When you were born, I remember the doctor placing you in my arms, so small, so fragile, yet you looked at me with those calm eyes, like you already knew the world was heavier than I could carry. I promised that day to never let you down. But promises are easy to make when life hasn't started testing them yet. I failed, Daniel. I failed you in ways I didn't even understand until it was too late. Your mother and I started falling apart before you turned 5. You might not remember the nights filled with shouting, the slammed doors, or how you used to hide behind your toy box when things got bad. I saw you, Daniel, trembling, eyes wide, and still, I stayed silent. When I left, I told myself it was for the best. That a broken home apart was better than a broken home together. But I didn't leave to protect you, I left because I was a coward. Every weekend I promised to come pick you up, and some I did. But on the weekends I didn't, it wasn't work or traffic. It was shame. The kind that sits in your throat and chokes your courage. I didn't know how to face the son who still believed in me when I'd stopped believing in myself. I heard you stopped asking for me around age 9. Your mother told me you stopped leaving your shoes by the door on Saturdays. That crushed me, because that meant you had learned not to expect love anymore. I wasn't there for your first heartbreak. I didn't walk you through the storms of being a teenager, or sit in the crowd when you graduated. But I watched, Daniel. Always from a distance. Your mother sent me pictures, sometimes. I saw the young man you were becoming, strong, quiet, and full of a kindness I didn't deserve to call my son's. I kept every photo, tucked away in an old shoebox under my bed, next to the watch my father gave me. I opened it more often than I'd admit. You might never understand this, but the reason I didn't come closer was because I thought you'd be better off without me. Every success you had felt like proof that my absence did you good. I was proud, but that pride was mixed with unbearable pain, because I wasn't part of the story you were writing. And yet, every birthday, I whispered your name under my breath, praying that somehow you'd hear it, like a ghost trying to send love across time and guilt. When the doctors said the word cancer, I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I'd been expecting punishment my whole life, and I figured it had finally found me. Chemo took my hair, but it was the loneliness that took everything else. The nights were quiet enough for regret to speak, and it spoke your name over and over. I began to write letters to you that I never sent. Letters filled with apologies that felt too small to bridge the years I stole from us. The hospital walls had a way of showing you who you really are. I saw an old man who wasted decades trying to escape the pain of being a father who failed. I saw a scared boy inside him, still running from the echo of his own father's voice, a man who had left me too soon. It hit me then, I had become him. The very man I swore I would never be. Daniel, if I could go back, I wouldn't bring you toys or gifts. I'd bring my time. I'd sit with you while you talked about meaningless things. I'd let you cry without trying to fix it. I'd tell you I was proud, even when I was too broken to understand why. There's a photo on my bedside. You're 5 years old, wearing that red shirt you loved, holding a paper airplane. I look at that photo every morning and whisper, I'm sorry, son. If you ever feel like you can't forgive me, I understand. But please, don't let my mistakes teach you to close your heart. Be the father I couldn't be. Love loudly. Forgive quickly. Stay close to the people who make your soul lighter. Because when you lie where I am now, it won't be your career or money that matters. It'll be the faces you pushed away, the ones you wish you had held tighter. I'm writing this letter not to erase the past, but to free you from it. Don't carry my ghost with you, Daniel. Live fully, laugh freely, and when you think of me, don't think of the man who left, but of the one who finally came home through these words. I love you, my son. I always did. Dad.